of Olympus, the podcast where we dive into the wildest, most dramatic, and sometimes downright unbelievable stories from Greek mythology. You should probably know who I am. I'm Ariel I Gou, Gou, Gou. Your guide through all the godly gossip, legendary love stories, and epic adventures the gods definitely don't want you hearing about. And if you're new here, welcome. You just joined a community of mythology lovers who live for a little divine chaos. Make sure to check out our past episodes because trust me, the drama never ends on Mount Olympus. And today's episode is very juicy. It includes a goddess of love who wants it all, a queen of the underworld who refuses to lose, and one poor mortal looks so good looking he basically becomes the godly version of a tug-of-war prize. Today we're talking about Aphrodite versus Persephone, the battle for Adonis. Before we get to the goddess showdown, we need to meet the poor guy who caused all the chaos. Adonis. Adonis. Yeah. Adonis wasn't just handsome. He was dangerously handsome. Imagine someone so good looking that gods, mortals, and underworld queens stop everything they're doing just to stare. His beauty was described as flawless, golden skin, dark flowing hair, and eyes that carried both innocence and temptation. The kind of beauty that makes you go, yep, this guy's life is about to be very complicated. But Adonis's beginning wasn't exactly normal. He was born from a scandal so messy that even Olympus raised his eyebrows. His mother, Mira, sometimes called Semira, or sometimes you can even call her like Smyrna. So anyways, most people say it as Myrrha, Myrrha. And anyways, his mother was cursed by the gods to fall in love with her own father. Trapped in this curse, she tricked him, and when the truth was revealed, Myrrha prayed to the gods for escape. And their answer was that she was transformed into a mere tree. A MYRH tree, mere. So from that tree, baby Adonis was born, literally emerging from the bark as a divine gift wrapped in tragedy. Right from the start, his story was one of beauty born from pain. Now, Adonis's name has a lot of pronunciations, but we're just gonna go with Adonis. So, now, Adonis was so stunning that the gods knew he wouldn't survive long in the mortal world. People fight wars over looks like this. So, what happened? The goddess of love herself, Aphrodite, saw a newborn child and was immediately captivated. Not romantically at first, but in that this child is too precious to lose away. She decided to keep him safe, raising him in secret until he grew into a man who would become the center of one of Greek mythology's most dramatic battles. But here's the twist. Aphrodite did not raise him herself. She entrusted him to someone else for safekeeping. And that decision would spark the feud of the century. So Adonis grew up, and wow, he was gorgeous as a baby. And now he was practically illegal. Mortal hearts broke just from looking at him. His face had those tragic poetry vibe, like a prince from a sad love song, a little too perfect for this world. And Aphrodite, she noticed. At first, she told herself she was protecting him. Classic goddess of love things. Make sure he's happy, well-fed, glowing, safe. But somewhere along the way, her heart got involved. This wasn't just, "Aw, look at that cute boy I saved." It became, "I love him. I want him. He's mine. Now here's where the mess begins, because remember what Aphrodite did when he was still a child. She hid him, locked him away in a wooden chest, and handed off to Queen Persephone, goddess of the underworld, saying, "Hey girl, can you keep this little mortal safe in your kingdom of darkness for a while? Thanks, bestie." And what could possibly go wrong? And that was about everything. Because when Persephone opened the chest and saw Adonis, she was like, "Wait, what? Aphrodite gave me this?" And in that moment, Persephone, who normally stays cool, elegant, and queenly, did something totally unexpected. She fell in love. Not the, "Aw, he's pretty" kind. No. She was swept away. So when Aphrodite came knocking like, "Hey, I'm back. Can I have my gorgeous mortal boy now?" Persephone said, "No, he stays with me." Girl, the audacity. 2 goddesses, 1 mortal. A love triangle so chaotic it shook the heavens and the underworld. And of course, who do they call when goddesses can't agree? That's right, it's Zeus. Which is like calling your drama-loving uncle to break up the fight. Then trust me, he's gonna make it worse, not better. And so right now we're 6 minutes or 7 minutes into the episode, and I want to say a huge thank you for everyone that's been listening from the beginning, from our first episode to now. Thank you so much. I will keep making episodes, and we can learn Greek mythology together. One story by one story. One myth by myth. And so let's get back to part 3 of the story, Goddess Catfight. Yeah. Picture this. Aphrodite just storms into Olympus in a swirl of roses, perfume, and pure rage, and who knows what else. And Persephone rises from the underworld wrapped in shadows, power, and absolute don't mess with me energy. Both goddesses are furious. Both want Adonis, and both believe they are the rightful one to keep him. And suddenly Olympus feels like the set of a very intense reality show. The goddess of love and death. Who gets the mortal? Yeah. Did you see the effects I did? Who gets the mortal? Yeah. That's really cool. So Aphrodite argues, said, "I found him. I protected him. I raised him. He's mine." Not Poseidon. Poseidon is just watching and enjoying the drama with Zeus. Or probably in Atlantis. And Persephone fires back. "You gave him to me. He's under my care now. And unlike you, I don't just fall for every pretty face." And boom! A jab at Aphrodite's romantic history. And Aphrodite is not having it. "At least I have a heart. You spend half of the year in the underworld freezing people out." And burn, that one stings. The other gods watching, gasping, whispering behind goblets of nectar. Apollo sipping tea. Hermes taking bets. Even Hera raises an eyebrow. And trust me, if Hera's impressed by the drama, you know it's serious. Finally, someone says the 2 dreaded words that make everything worse. Let's ask Zeus. Now, Zeus, as king of the gods, is technically supposed to settle disputes, but also he's not exactly known for wise decisions in matters of love. So he listens to both sides and strokes his beard and goes, "All right, here's what we'll do." And what he does decide? Not who gets Adonis, not which goddess was right. Nope. Classic, typical Zeus solution. Adonis will split his time between you both. 1 part of the year with Aphrodite, 1 part with Persephone, and 1 part wherever he wants, if he survives, that's the case. and the result was a goddess truce, kind of. A mortal caught in the middle, and the invention of the seasonal boyfriend. But no one's truly happy. Everyone's still watching, and Adonis just wants to hunt wild animals and look cute doing it. Ha ha ha. But hold on. Don't go thinking that's the end. So Adonis begins his, strange three-way schedule. Part of the year with Aphrodite, queen of kisses and roses. Part of the year with Persephone, queen of shadows and the dead. And the rest of the time, he was hunting, exploring, and living his gorgeous little mortal life. But here's the thing about being the center of a godly tug of war. The gods don't let go easily, and neither does jealousy. One day, while out hunting his favorite thing to do, Adonis follows the track of a wild boar. He's got his spear, he's confident, maybe too confident. What he doesn't know is that there are whispers that someone sent that boar. Some say it was Artemis, angry that Aphrodite was turning her sacred hunts into love games. But most of the people say that it was Ares, Aphrodite's jealous lover. They dated a long time. They probably still are dating now. But but both of them still go around messing with other people that they like. And so Ares was probably furious that she had replaced him with a mortal. And a little people say that it was just fate, because no mortal loved by the gods ever lives long. Whatever the truth, the boar charges. Adonis fights, but he's immortal. The beast gores him. Blood spills, and he collapses in the forest alone, bleeding out among the flowers. Aphrodite hears his cries. She rushes to him. She screams. She holds him in her arms as his life slips away. Her divine tears fall onto the ground, mixing with his blood. And from that blood and sorrow, a flower glows, the anemone, red like love, delicate like death, and always blooming too briefly. That's how the world gained a flower, just like hyacinths and narcissus. You want to check how hyacinthus became hyacinth, a mere flower, not exactly mere. He was still he still means a lot. So go listen to Apollo's lover episodes when we talk about all Apollo's lovers and how their lives just go wrong forever. That's how the world gained a flower. But Aphrodite, she lost the one mortal who made her feel more than just desire. She truly loved Adonis, and now he was gone. But death isn't always the end in Greek mythology. Persephone, the queen of the underworld, mourned it too, and maybe, just maybe, she helped ensure that Adonis wasn't lost forever. Some say that thanks to her, he was allowed to return each year, just for a season. Every spring, when flowers bloom, that's Adonis returning. And every fall, when the leaves die, that's him going back to the underworld. So Persephone and Aphrodite still share him, but not with smiles, but with sorrow. And that's the end of the story for today's episode, but it's not over yet. We have a bonus section about godly gossip, fun facts, and lessons learned. So who really won Adonis? Technically, neither goddess got a full victory. Aphrodite did love him deeply, but she got his spring and summer days. Persephone got the colder seasons. But in the end, Adonis' fate was tied to the earth itself. He became a symbol of life, death, and rebirth. So let's call it a divine tie with emotional damage. And now, a little fun fact about the anemone flower, anemone flower. The red anemone that grew from Adonis' blood is still around today. People call it the wind flower because it blooms easily and dies quickly, just like the love between gods and mortals. So, modern translation for this story is if this was a modern TV show, Aphrodite would be the confident queen bee with a massive social following, and Persephone would be the cool, quiet goth who secretly runs the world. Adonis? That poor sweet boy everyone's obsessed with, just trying to live his life and get through college. So the moral of today's myth is that beauty can be a blessing and a curse. Love is powerful, but not always fair. Jealousy among gods never ends well. And no matter how powerful you are, you can't stop time or death. But you can love fiercely, fight for what matters, and grow from heartbreak. And maybe avoid falling for mortals if you're a goddess. Just saying. And that wraps up today's episode of Tales of Olympus. If you liked the stories, don't forget to follow the podcast, share it with a mythology-loving friend, and leave a review. And I might just read it. And until next time, stay mythically messy. And my name is Ariel. I'm 10 years old. And I will see you next episode.